episode 1 of my Inferno Mines developer commentary. I'm anticipating I might have some new viewers who are tuning into my channel for the first time, so welcome. My name is Vechs. I am the author of the Super Hostile series. This is a Let's Play of the Inferno Mines map, Super Hostile number 12, and I'm calling it a developer commentary because as I play, I'm going to be telling you guys, how I made areas and what I think of the areas and just my thoughts on the map as a whole. So let's see here. I'll read over the standard rules of Super Hostile super fast, just in case there's new people here. The objective of a Super Hostile map is to find and complete the victory monument. You retrieve wolves from the environment and put them on the monument. Gotta use at least easy, never peaceful. I use normal. I balance this map around normal. You can use hard if you want more of a challenge, but just a warning, it'll be pretty difficult. You're not supposed to use peaceful, and you can use easy if things are getting too hard for you and you want to tone things down. But I'll be playing on normal because that's how I balance the map. Don't leave the map boundaries. That's easy to do. Just, it's all enclosed anyway. You're not supposed to dye wool or use sheep or spider silk for the wool. You gotta recover the wool from the dungeons, and they're inside these little containers called fleecy boxes, these distinctive brick and glass containers. Survive in any way you can think of. You can mine, craft, do whatever. You need iron, gold, and diamond for the victory monument, and you can craft those. You recover ore from the environment, and you just craft the blocks. The wool you do get from, like, sheep and spider string. You can use it for beds and paintings and whatever. And this is a new rule. You're not supposed to pick up, move, or craft ender chests, so you just use ender chests that I've already left for you to use. That's to keep people from cheesing the dungeons by just getting to the wool, putting down an ender chest, and putting the wool in there and then just committing suicide and having an easy way out. Also, if you're right as you're about to die, you can throw your stuff in an ender chest and then not bother to go retrieve your body. It's just, I don't know, they're just kind of, they're a little on the cheesy side. But I want you to use them to to be able to quickly transport large amounts of items across the map. They're just convenient. Okay, so this is a death counter, Dinnerbone. One of the Mojang developers requested that I put this in the map just to show it off, and I think just because he and his friend, when they played the map, they used it, and I'll enable it. And it says now keeping track. Actually, let me just go ahead and demonstrate what it does, since we haven't started playing the map yet. It'll keep track of player deaths. I'll just derp off here and blow myself up in lava. That was the sound of me exploding. And now you can see on the right-hand side it says derps. For me, I've got one. You can make it say anything there. And if you turn this off and then turn it back on, it should reset the score. Yeah, score's reset. So that's how that works. Okay, is there anything else I need to talk about for the... Oh, yeah, the skylights, yeah. So basically, this map, when I first made it, this map, I spent about 10 months making it, off and on. I kind of got burned out about halfway through, and I just took a break from it for a few months and then came back to it. And my original intent was to have 3 different versions of the map, and each version had randomized chests and little different variations so that the replay value between versions for people would be pretty high. And the intent there is that if you watch an LPer that you like and he's playing the map, then you can get a different version, and the map's not going to be as spoiled for you, and you can watch him playing the map while playing it yourself. Same thing with these skylight areas. It takes you to Skylight C, A, B, and C here, and each one provides you with a different starting experience. So let's say you're watching, I don't know, Zisto and Paul Soros Jr. playing, and Zisto went to one skylight, and Paul went to another. You can watch their, the first and second episodes of their LP are going to be pretty different because they both went to different areas. And I made this map to be YouTube friendly. It's friendly to LPers. There's not a lot of resource grinding. I give out a lot of resources and chests just to keep you from having to spend a bunch of time grinding stuff, because you do enough of that in vanilla Minecraft. And just because people have asked before in the comments when I say vanilla Minecraft, what do I mean by that? Anything vanilla is just that product, without mods or add-ons. So when I say super hostile maps work with vanilla Minecraft, that means all you need is the basic game, no other add-ons or mods or plugins or anything. Okay, anything else? I think I've said everything I intended to say for this starting area. Oh, the books. I've already gone over the books for choosing your path. Other notes, this is system specs and sequence breaking. The system specs, just some of the later areas of this map, I push Minecraft to its limits, and you might lag a bit and have FPS issues if you don't have a good computer. But I actually went back and made an alternate area at the end for people with lower spec machines. And then sequence breaking. Sequence breaking in a video game is where you skip ahead past an area to get to a spot where the developer of the game did not intend you to be at that point in time. Like if, say, you're playing a game and you manage to glitch yourself through a wall and you're at a later area than you're supposed to be at, that's sequence breaking. In this map, there's like vistas, like say I'm standing here. I might be able to see cliffs or something over there of another area, and in Minecraft I have the ability to just jump up and make a bridge and bridge out over there. I recommend not doing that and just taking the quote-unquote fun path, the route that already exists that I planned you to go, but I didn't make any traps or anything to stop you if you want to do that. I just recommended against it. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's see. Did I say everything about the skylight area? The area itself. And I should probably turn on cheats just so I can quickly jump into creative, so I can fly around at will when I want to show an area of the map off. I'll do that later. There's nothing much here. It's just a neat little area, a big platform, and there's some bedrock spires poking up out of the lava, and yeah, it's just an area to house these starting teleporters and rules and stuff. Alright, now, which skylight should I go to? I wanted to go to C, but actually I've been standing around here talking a while, and I think my hunger is drained. So I'll probably want to go to A, takes you to the tree farm, where you can find a lot of wood. B, takes you to a mushroom grove, where you can find lots of food. C, takes you to an armory, where there's a lot of really great starting equipment. But now, obviously, like, A does have some food in the chest, but it's really crappy. It's like rotten flesh. And B, has some equipment in the chest, but it's, it's like some wooden and stone swords and a few bits of chainmail armor. And C here, it does have a few pieces of food in the chest. So you're effective no matter which one you pick, but each one has a different loot theme to it. So I'm going to go to, let's start this off, and I'm going to go to B. Okay, here we are at Skylight B. Now, hopefully, I don't want to die too much on this DevCom. I got really, on my waking up developer commentary, I got really, really unlucky at the start, and I had a lot of trouble. So I'll try to keep my deaths to a minimum on this LP, on this developer commentary. No promises, though. This is a super hostile map. If I do die, it's probably going to be... I could actually, if I got really unlucky with natural spawns right now, and got like a group of like 4 skeletons standing in one dark area, I'd be pretty much screwed. Okay. Oh, now this block here, well actually, let me get past this part and then I'll talk. It's not safe here yet. Okay. And then one last jump, there we go. Okay, now I feel better about stopping to talk. Okay, this is a Flamebringer. It's Unbreaking level 100. I made that with MBT edit, and it's got knockback 1, so it can break, I think, eventually, but I think it's got on the average of something like tens of thousands of uses, so it's effectively infinite. Okay, this block is sandstone double smooth, wait no, it's double smooth sandstone half slab. Yeah, that's it. And to get this, it is 43.9, block ID 43, damage value 9. If you do 43.8, it'll give you the double smooth stone slab. So that's how I got this. You can't get this normally in the game. You either have to use the give command, and actually, hold on a sec. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to play through this. This is a legit playthrough of the map. But when I do want to demonstrate things, I have allowed myself to use commands. And just to show off what you do to get this block, it's 43. Let's give myself one of it. 43 is the data value, one of them. And then the damage value is going to be 9. And there it is, right there. And it's called Stone Slab, but it's double smooth sandstone half slab. And so, yeah, that's what it looks like. And I'll just leave it here, I guess. So that's what it looks like. Okay, moving on. So these starter areas ought to be mostly peaceful. They're pretty well lit, and there's lots of honeypots all over the place. Now, if you've never heard the word honeypot, it originated in, it's a computer science term. It means a fake server to distract a hacker. And in mapping, a honeypot in Minecraft is where you, all around me, if we had X-ray vision here, you could probably see empty caverns that are totally sealed off, and their sole purpose is to just be empty dark areas for monsters to spawn. Like right here, pretty sure, yeah, that's dark. That's definitely dark enough for monsters to spawn right here. But because there's so many diversion areas for monsters to spawn, the natural spawning here in the starter cavern is very low. And you'd use honeypots like that to... It basically lets you have control over how dense the natural spawns are. And if you do enough of them, the natural spawns are so spread out as to not really be a bother. Like, despite all these areas being dark, we haven't seen much. Haven't seen any enemies yet. Can we spot an enemy over there? I didn't derp up and leave it on... Okay, no, it's on normal. Okay, well, let's just press on then. I shouldn't be sprinting. Skylight B. Oh, this is an example of sequence breaking right here. I can get blocks and I can bridge right over there. That area across the way is called Wilhelm Cliffs, but you're not intended to be over there right now at this point in the map. So that's an example of when you could just sequence break and hop on over there with a bridge. And I think you could probably take it on. There are some tough enemies. You have to be careful. There are some custom monsters over there. Amanita Cavern. Okay, let's go get ourselves some food. All right, I've already lost my first drumstick. Are there any enemies here? There's a spider. Oh, poo. I'm just gonna run. All right, I just have to run. I'm not going to try to fight skeletons with just this knockback weapon. They'll shred me. So let's just try to dodge enemies as best we can and stay in the lit areas. Now, I do have the knockback weapon. I can knock things into fire. But the best defense right now is just to move past enemies. No, cow! I will take your meat, though. Okay. So here's a big lit area. And hopefully a new player would know enough to not try to fight all that stuff and just to run to the big open lit area over here. It's safe here, mostly. There's a cow over there. I mean, what did I just call that, a cow? Yeah, that's a cow right there. That's a skeleton. Now let's move past him. Now, I can actually probably harvest some sand right now, and gravel. Let me try to check the steak. Thank you, cow. Alright. Is he gonna follow me up here? So this map, the lore behind it is we are in a giant mining complex, left behind by an extensive mining expedition, and we're going through all their abandoned sites. So this is where the miners farmed food, and this is where the farmers slept. And in here, we can find some beds, and it's a stockpile of supplies, and if we want, we can even tear this floor up and use it as wood. Okay, so now we're set here. Now, I do apologize. I'm decent at this game, but I'm doing something special for this LP, and I'll probably keep on doing it, so I'm just going to have to get used to it. I have a 16:10 monitor. My native resolution when I play video games is 1680 by 1050. YouTube is a 16:9 widescreen format. That's what 720p and 1080p both are. On a lot of my previous videos, if you if you look hard enough, you'll see tiny little black bars on either side of my video. And that's because that I play games on a 16:10 monitor and record a 16:10 resolution, and then try to adapt that to a 720p or 1080p resolution. So what I'm doing right now is I've used Magic Launcher to launch Minecraft in the windowed mode, set up to be 720p. So I'm recording right now in full quality 720p, not compressed. So my file sizes are going to be huge, but that's okay. Let's see. I'll take you. And I definitely want ladders. And I want this and this. And I want the boots too. And the arrows. Actually, I honestly just want everything right now. I don't need this stuff. I'll leave it here. Okay, so we should probably... Was there coal in one of these? Did I leave coal here? No, I didn't. Alright, so we have plenty of spare swords and a bow. Bow's very important. Yeah, I want all of this. I just take everything. I don't intend to die. So as you can see, I do have supplies. And I've got plenty of food all over the place. I don't need 2 of these on my bar right now. I've got unlimited food out here. So this is what this place is. But the equipment I have is not really that great. I've got 2 pieces of chain armor. I've got some stone swords and a bunch of wooden swords. And an unenchanted bow and a stack of arrows. So I can get by like this, but the actual equipment place is much better equipment. But on the flip side, the food's a lot worse. So I'll just mine a bit of this. I don't need that much. And I think just because I'm me, I'm going to fill this in because I hate messing up the area. So I'm going to need a pickaxe for now. I think I can just get by on 1. There we go. I don't know why that reset. Okay. So now I can pretty much take on everything around here. What I was saying, though, is that I'm used to playing this game full screen. And now I'm playing the game in a window. And that's really weird for me. In fact, my mouse sensitivity feels a little off. No, not that. Oh, here we go. Let me turn that up slightly. That feels a little more like what I'm actually used to. I'll have to keep messing with it. So if I'm not as good as the game, and I'm not a pro at Minecraft by any means, but I'm pretty good. But if I'm not as good as I usually am, it's because I'm dealing with a weird windowed mode that I'm not used to yet. Okay. Now what? Oh, I'm fully geared up, and I think I'll grab one of those beds to take with me. This map, you don't have to farm... Ow, that was dumb. I like jumping on stuff, and sometimes it gets me in trouble. Let's see here. Okay. Give me one of these beds. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not staying here. And this map, you don't have to farm resources. I tried to limit, your need of farming. A lot of stuff gets handed to you in chests, because I asked myself the question, what's the difference between finding a bunch of tools in a chest and tree farming and mining cobble and then making the stuff yourself? Answer, about an hour of just doing really boring stuff. That's the answer. So I tried to cut that down a lot. Super Hostile, the series started as a series of survival maps, not CTM. I invented the CTM genre. They call Complete the Monument genre. It started with me on Kaizo Caverns. That was the first one. Where are you going, little guy? Boop. 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 Dead. I actually probably should collect gunpowder as I go so I can make TNT. TNT is really helpful. And here's my first bit of TNT. And some rail. I'll just put these back here. I don't really need them. I will take these bowls. And I don't need all these stone swords. And I will take the building blocks. And I don't need cookies. They're terrible food. I really don't need all these wooden swords taking up my space here. Okay. Let me grab some of these. And that'll be enough food. Yeah, that's plenty. Like what I've just gathered right there. Let me get one more brown one so I have an even number of each. There we go. That's good. You don't really need to gather much else. But the Super Hostile series started as a series of adventure maps. I mean, not adventure maps. Hell no, they're not adventure maps. I'm not a fan of adventure maps. I don't like being restricted and not being able to break blocks and stuff. Crud. This guy's gonna cause me to aggro all the other zombies, but he's on me, so where's he going? There must be a path over there. Super Hostile started as a bunch of survival maps, really hard survival maps, because I thought Minecraft was too easy. And it wasn't until Kaizo Caverns, my 4th map, that I decided to, have a goal involved. It's almost like they can... Oh, he certainly can. I want your gunpowder, so I gotta kill you. And I'm just using these wooden swords to use them up. I'm not that concerned with these enemies. Oh, I see the monsters. It was half slabs here. That's keeping them from getting up. So this chamber, and most of the other chambers, were made using asymmetrical airbrushes in MC Edit. Pretty much this entire map is made just using MC Edit. There are some areas I made with other tools. I don't need to be down here, really. I will take... Here, give me some stew. Thank you. I'll just break this, and that's a hopping puzzle right there, so monsters can't get up there. Yeah, airbrush and some erosion. This right here, there's a cave system down here. It's a little pocket of caves, and there's some coal down there, but I'm not going to bother to go get it because I don't need it. The coal down there, where is it? There it is. Right over here. Down there. It's just some small caves with coal and glowstone and resources. Those were formed by one of my honeypots. One of those just empty caverns that I made to collect natural spawns. And what happened there is the sand floor of this cavern, because I made it with sand, it fell in. It collapsed. I think an enderman touched it. And So I was coming through the map one day while I was working on it, and I noticed there was a giant sinkhole here on the floor. I was like, what the heck happened here? And I finally figured out what happened. And I was like, whatever, I'll just roll with it. And because I'm like that, I was like, all right, we can work with this. I did the same thing in Lush Ruins. Minecraft, I'm getting way ahead of myself, but in Lush Ruins, Minecraft generated a bunch of rail tunnels that I really didn't want in that area. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I just, instead of trying to delete them all, I was just like, I think I can just work them into the area. But you know what? I have plenty of stone swords. I don't need those stupid things. Let's continue on. Actually, wait, no. This right here, this pattern you see, the way you make this is in MC Edit, you use a very thin wheel shape brush, and you just do a find and replace sandstone with gravel and sand, and you use noise, different levels of noise, and you just come in here and drag it from one side to the other, just and drag it, and it'll make that kind of pattern you see there. Fairly simple to do, and I think the mushrooms I planted manually and made them grow. There's a little surprise over there. It's a anvil, but I don't think I need to go get it. This version of this cavern is heavily nerfed. It was originally, I didn't put enough honeypots around it, basically, and way too many monsters were spawning in here. Now it's actually quite peaceful. You can see I've just been able to just follow the path. And on this map, just following the path is pretty much what you need to do. Path's pretty safe. I mean, in fact, I really maybe baited the player too much in this area. You can see I intentionally made these half slabs here, so this is a block and a half tall, so the monsters can't actually jump up here. So you actually have a very safe wall from the very beginning. Maybe if something spawns up there and falls down, they could get at you, but otherwise no. Anyway, yeah, Rosie, Axel Rosie, she beta tested this route in the map, and she couldn't find the exit. The exit was over here, and she missed this. And so throughout this map, what I did is my beta test team, the people who beta tested for me, I left references to their videos throughout the map. And so this says, hey Rosie, over meow, right over meow, it's right meow. Since you had trouble finding it the first time. So shout out to Axel Rosie. Okay, pressing on. We're coming out of Amanita Cavern, and do I have anything else to say about this area? I don't think I do. Pretty straightforward area. Throughout the map, you see that lava fall? You saw a bunch more coming in. Throughout the map, keeping with the theme of Inferno Mines, there's just random lava falls coming down to give you the sense that you're under a lava ocean, and you are definitely. The entire, above us up there, the entire area is lava roof. So from Amanita Caverns, we continue into Upper Mines. This area is where all the skylights dump you out into, and this is the home of the path to the first intersection, and it also leads to the area with the white wool. Okay, so we'll just follow the path again. Pretty easy. At the start of this map, I think, might be one of the easiest starts I've ever made. Go away. I don't have time for your shenanigans. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Skylight C will give you a decent challenge, I think. It's just I don't even know. It's Skylight C. I've playtested it several times just to make sure. I playtested a lot of areas just to make sure they're, legit. So let's see. Hold on a sec. There we go. Fraps is a little hard drive hog, and he'll make, even though I'm recording to a separate hard drive, it'll make Minecraft load areas slower. So all you gotta do, if you're an LP and you have problems with the map loading like that, just hit F9 real fast, wait a second, and then hit it again to resume recording, and then just keep on your recording as if nothing ever happened. From now on, I'm not going to mention it very much. I'm just going to do it and continue like nothing happened. So if you see Minecraft having trouble loading a bunch of areas, and all of a sudden it just pops in, that was me flash pausing the recording and resuming it. Because some people who make videos might be wondering about that. This route takes you to Skylight C. I'm actually tempted to head over there and pick up some... Oh, yeah, I'll do this. And I don't need a bed on my bar right now. What do I need on my bar? Nothing really. Oh, maybe a golden apple. Actually, I'm tempted to head over there and pick up some stuff. Should I? I think I'll see if I can get along without it. There's a lot of good equipment in C, but let's see what happens. I'm just curious to see how I do without some of the equipment over there. I might go back and get it later. So this area is Upper Mines. I'm quite proud of how it looks. I like the flow of the area. Again, I've made it with the smooth sandstone. I love how this looks. I have to thank Amlip for reminding me about it. I think it looks awesome. I used some of it, in Waking Up, I used a little bit of the double smooth stone, and I'm glad he reminded me about the sandstone version, because it just looks so good. And I'm playing with, let's see here, I'm playing with, wait, no, that's what I want. I'm playing with smooth lighting off, just because I think it looks great with smooth lighting on. I don't know. But I like actually smooth lighting off. A lot of people ask me, a lot of people tell me to turn on smooth lighting. It's because I actually like the way it looks off better. And it also helps me know the discrete light levels are easier to see. Helps a lot for mapping when I'm trying to figure out how much light levels is on a place. Okay, so let's just keep following the path. This is not going to be a very long developer commentary. I'm going to try to move through the map at a reasonably quick pace. This video is going to be a bit longer than normal, because I'm going to cover the starting skylights. Yeah, I'm going to cover the starting skylights in this video. And then after that, I'm going to try to get one wool every video, if I can. If it's within my skill to do. And I'm also going to try to keep the deaths to a minimum, just to show that it can be done, because some people have racked up ridiculous death counts. I know Good is playing, and he's got probably over 100 deaths by now, and he's only done a few areas, and I'm just like, wow, how in the world, man? But I think this, in the grand scheme of things, for super hostile as far as the series goes, I think this map is, it's pretty easy. It's a very generous map. It's a very forgiving map. It works well in multiplayer. There's a lot of loot to go around in multiplayer. I made it like that intentionally, because a lot of people do play my maps multiplayer, even though I don't design them for multiplayer. But I know people do it anyway. So there you go. Enjoy your extra loot. But I mean, quite frankly, let's say I hand out a stone sword with, sharpness 2 on it, and there's 100 of them. I mean, what's the difference between handing out, 3 and 100? It's not like you can swing more than one sword at once, so it's just, here's some extra copies for your friends. I mean, I guess you make the argument maybe if you die and lose it all, like if you just jump in lava and lose all your stuff. But down here is the path to the next intersection, and then over here goes to Skylight A. Right there is the abandoned dormitories, and that leads to the white wall. I like this view. This might be one of my favorite views in the map. Hello, creeper. Ooh. If I'm gonna die, it'll probably be to something stupid like that, or I'm just taken by complete surprise. Oh, creepers. Okay, anyway, yeah, this is my favorite view in the map when I'm not being ambushed by stupid creepers. I just like the way it looks. I like the verticality of the lava coming down, combined with the little tube cave coming in, and like the river. This area is also really easy. There's honeypots all over the place. You'll notice that despite that area being completely dark, the entire time I've been standing around here, there have been no spawns over there. That's because of all the diversionary chambers around the area. Alrighty, okay, where should I go? There's actually a lot of options here. I have 4 options. I can go there, 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 and there. Each one I think is an interesting choice. Each one will give me an advantage. Tell you what, let's just go down here to intersection 1, and I'll set my spawn point down there at the little Saurian sign-off shelter. There's a creeper behind me. I wonder how close he is. I'll turn around and kill him as soon as I get this jump out of here. Oh, he fell off the path, idiot. Alright, I'll just keep following the path. Is he gonna come down? I think he will, won't he? Yeah, he's coded to do that now. They used to not do that. I'm actually glad they changed that. It's a good change. I think I can turn up the volume here. It's not too terribly loud. And actually, I didn't need to grab that bed. Dead. Yeah, I think this is such an easy start for a super hostile map. Maybe I'll have to make the next map a little harder at the start. Okay, let's go over here. This says Zisto and Amlet both would have died to this, but I was just messing with them. There's no payload. This is a trapped chest. It is connected down here to a piston that just makes noise and scares the crap out of people. Yeah, right here, just a piston. You open it, it inverts. That's it. Just makes noise, no payload. I like playing mind games with people, so it's common for me to scare people like that. Oh, yes, I forgot I had put a bunch of torches in here. Isn't it a double click? Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Fences are nice. I don't need the rotten flesh. I'll take the fences, and I will exchange these half slabs here for that iron sword. And I think that's all I need out of there. And I don't really need a crafting table, so... Alright, let's head out. So I'm going to head down to intersection 1 and set my spawn down there. This is just some decoration. Zisto, I think, was suspicious about it, but I played pretty fairly on this map. There's only, I think, 2 traps, 3 devious traps, and a fourth thing that looks... No, yeah, there's 4 traps, and then a 5th thing that appears to be a trap, but is just an area transition. And I'm sure people might be able to figure out what I'm talking about who've played the map before. I hope you've gotten yourself reasonably established. This is keeping with a long tradition of me, for the new viewers, of talking to the player using signs and kind of taunting them a little bit. I hope you've gotten yourself reasonably established. It gets tougher from here. Ha 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 ha. Suck it and die. These mines have long since been abandoned. They're also mostly mined out. No ores left for you. Such a shame. Ha ha ha. So what's in here? Any enemies? Pretty all alone down here. Well, just you and the monsters. And all the nice presents I left for you. Oh, you know I love you, right? The floor here looks scary, but it's 100% safe. You can trust me. When I say you can trust me, you actually can trust me. I don't lie. I'm kind of like a lawyer. I'm lawful evil. Like, I'll stick to the contract, but I'll twist the contract to try to screw you over. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like a lawyer from hell, kind of, actually. Definitely, I'm lawful evil, definitely. Yeah, so when I say you can trust me, and I say the floor here is 100% safe, it is safe. So, it looks scary, though. It does look really freaky. This is intersection 1. And here is the Saurian sign-off shelter. There's one of these at each intersection. This is intended as a convenience tool for the player, especially for LPers. Just gives them a base setup, because, again, let's look out here. Intersections are usually pretty safe, just because, if for no other reason, I don't want the signs getting blown up by creepers. And then the player's like, I don't know what the areas are called. So I'm just going to do this, and make sure no creepers actually get over here. We'll get to what those are in another video. Okay. And we've got, is there any... I think I should probably stick a torch there, and other than that, maybe one here, and I'll do one here, and here, and here, and yeah, I think that's pretty much totally safe now. Okay, so now that we're totally safe, again, I'll ask the question, what's the difference between me just giving you a little empty chamber in here, with a little place already set up, and you having a bunch of wood? 'Cause you could have stopped by the tree farm and gotten like 4,000 wood, just, doing this, and mining it out slowly. Because, I mean, you're perfectly safe. Did I talk about this before? I don't think I have. The concept, it's called a concept. It is a concept called taking a 20. In tabletop role-playing games where you roll dice to decide the fate of your characters, let's say, for example, you're a rogue and you're trying to pick a lock, and you're out and it's on you're trying to open up a lockbox that's in your backpack, and you're out in an open field on a sunny day, no enemies for miles, and you're perfectly safe. And you tell the GM or the DM, I attempt to use my lockpick skill to open this lock. And let's say you roll your dice and you fail. Well, nothing happens, so you tell the DM, I attempt to do that again. And there's basically, at this point, there's nothing stopping you from attempting it over and over and over again until you get it. So at that point, the common thing in those types of games is to just take a 20. On a 20-sided die, that's the best roll. What that means is take your best attempt. Let's just assume you keep rolling that dice over and over and making attempts until you get it. I kind of use that same line of thought when designing areas, like, except for maybe this, because you haven't had cobblestone yet, and this thing right here is just a convenience tool right there. These can be easily farmed. There's no challenge in carving out sandstone. I can sit here and just do this all day. Glowstone, you have plenty of that, and you could have used torches anyway, so it's just decoration. And there's really no practical difference between the blocks here and any other sandstone blocks. It's just decoration. So, and this is actually pretty good. This is an infinite speed shower. But, you know, it's alright. You can get like a 4 minutes of speed off of it and then run around really fast. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I think the most generous things here are the anvil right there. That's pretty much it, because this kind of stuff, like the coal that's already in the chest for you, I mean, none of this stuff is really that great. This kind of thing, it just cuts down on the time you spend grinding resources and doing boring stuff like mining out, a shelter for yourself. So that's my thought on that. That's why I give that stuff out, because once you're totally safe, there's nothing stopping you from making something similar to this yourself, and I just assume, let's just save you the time and send you on your way to do fun things, like raiding dungeons and killing monsters. Okay. So that's all I have to say about the Saurian Shine-Off Sculptures. These are actually dedicated to Paul Saurus Jr. In Waking Up, I use, damn, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm going to talk about something that I didn't want to talk about yet. There's tiers of loot, and the highest tier of loot I use is lapis rooms. You'll see me using lapis when I want to indicate there's good loot there. And in these lapis rooms, room is a very generous term. They're like this, basically. They're like a little lapis box with a chest inside of it. He would set up bases, and he would always sign on and sign off inside these things. So in honor of that, his tradition, I named these Saurian Sign-Off Shelters after him. And this is where you can just come back after a day and feel totally safe in your little box here, and nothing can ever get you, and you've got an extra layer wall out there, and you can it's basically just a safe spot to talk. One hard thing about LPing is when you're playing a game and you constantly have to be doing stuff, it's hard to just have some peace and quiet to talk and collect your thoughts and communicate with the audience about stuff. Okay, and actually this video has been going on a while. I might sign off here, because I've covered, we talked about Skylight B, we talked about the upper mines, and I've shown off this route. Last thing, just for a bonus of those watching, I'm going to show off a secret here. There's a secret buried down here. I don't think any of the beta testers found it. And I think I actually left a sign saying something to that extent. Yeah, it's down here. All beta testers miss this loot. Yep. So here is some randomized loot. And if you open the box, the sand falls down and reveals a second room down here, which I will connect back up with some ladders here. Doop, 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 doop. And we'll talk about all this next episode, I think, actually. But yeah, there's some secret loot down here. So there's a little bonus secret for this episode, and let's put some ladders down here for now. But I'll start off next video talking about the random loot system and all that stuff. But for now, since I've been talking so long, I think I'll sign off. And next episode, I'll start off by talking about that stuff, and then I think we'll go to Skylight B and see next episode. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of my Inferno Mines developer commentary. And I know what all you guys came in here to see, though. You came in here to see me die on my own map. Don't even lie. I know that's what you're hoping for. So I'm going to press on in later episodes, and we'll see if I can get through here without dying, maybe. Maybe I can beat the map without dying once. Wouldn't that be awesome? In all honesty, I'll probably die. I'm going to shoot for less than 10 times. That's my goal. If I can get through here with less than 10 deaths, I'll be happy. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I don't always ask for that. I'm just going to do that since it's the first episode, just as a reminder to, I'll be coming out with more episodes, and be sure to watch those. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next episode. Thanks for watching, and until then, take it easy.